right, welcome. It is time for Tuesday. We are having some interesting times here. Last week, continuing their journeys within the Dwendalian Empire, our our Razgard friends have been attempting the best they can to liberate the loved ones and families of a contingent of Dwendalian soldiers. These soldiers, in an instant, were made and imbued with Fey ancestry due to the wishes of Shiny. This caused a little bit of an issue as they immediately abandoned their contingent, essentially becoming traitors to the Dwendalian Empire. However, leaving their loved ones in the city of Ruxentrim under a somewhat despotic rule of King Dwendal himself, who, growing more paranoid and with assassination attempts, had started to begin to suspect all those of Fey lineage, and various organizations had sprung up, and he himself has found himself at their mercy. The Razgard, infiltrating the Empire, saw a little bit what was going on, and after accidentally blowing their cover a bit, had tried to get a small band of the refugees out, which was successful. On their way back in, they found a group of gray-hooded individuals doing something in a corridor of the sewers that had been used to harness the energies of deceased Fae. In negotiating and talking with these folks, they led them to try to capture the Razgard, and in trying to get it all done, while they were even willing to allow Shiny to be collared and captured in order to make a temporary peace. Shiny was not about this, and his grandmother, Nylumia, eventually turned into an enormous purple worm and began burrowing all of them out of the city. And following the wake of the purple worm, they came upon some defenses to particularly guard against attacks from the Underdark, setting off a sigil that almost collapsed the entire tunnel. In a moment, while the entirety of the above ground was to come upon them, they quickly used their magic to teleport back to their grand home within the high society area of the Kryn dynasty's capital, Roshana. And that is where, not overly happy that his compatriots were trying to put a collar and turn him over to the authorities, Shiny took a fist and levered it towards Mars, who promptly caught it. And it is in the midst of this, as we have entered the house, that we will start. So, in your jar house, surrounded by things just as you left it, what would the five of you like to do?
What the hell was that?
I just gingerly just lower Shiny's fist away from my face and just say, I fucked up. We fucked up. Well, I fucked up most.
We all fucked up a little bit there, but yeah, Mars.
For a spy, you really are really bad at keeping secrets.
Heat of the moment. I should be used to fights now, but like I'm not. Cool under pressure's sometimes my thing. Not that kind of pressure.
And both of you, you don't try to collar him. He's part of our group. Even if they wanted to use as a talking point, what do you think they would have done? He's an archfey. They would have used him as an example.
We're never gonna let that happen.
You don't know that.
We wouldn't have.
If
You
don't
can't
know-
control everything. Just because you have the intention of making sure they're not going to hurt me doesn't mean that you can actually stop them. How many times have our plans gone wrong?
Exactly. We have to think about this, guys. We just caused probably thousands of people the worst. We don't even know what's going to happen.
We got that's right. We don't know, but we have to spend time figuring out what we're gonna do now.
I have an idea, but it's not going to be a good one.
I'm all ears.
Anything's better than mine.
We have to go with the next. I mean, we're going to have to bring it to the queen. We have to bring it. These are her people now. I mean, or unless. I mean, Shiny, these are your people also. Like, I think you have to. You're a king now. I think you have to align yourself, and maybe treaties have to be talked about. But I think you need to show that you have backing, and that you're not alone in this. Because coming at this by yourself, as one side, would not help. So if you can assign with the queen and others, we might be able to make a point to the king.
As Wyatt kind of speaks up with his huge burly form. Yes, Rahel. I would say you really need to decide if these are your people or not. Either they are your citizens who are captured because of doing of your own, or they're casualties of your war who you do not care about. But you gotta pick one and stand by it. And if there's just casualties, you need to release the folks that you made part of you.
No, they are Fae, and if they want to be in the Feywild, if they want a place, they can have it. Every single one of them. Not a single more of them are going to be tortured and killed. And that has always been the case, and it'll stay the case.
Then you might want to take a moment and talk to these four like they're your friends and not your subjects.
Technically, we're also in your court, Shiny. Does our word have to count for something?
What was the last thing you said?
Like, does our word count for something?
That was the intention. I made you all part of the court because I trust you all. And we have gotten this far. And you're my friends. And you have made sure that you guys have always done the right thing. You guys have always, even when I thought I was wrong, but this time I know I'm not wrong. And what you guys tried to do back there, I don't know that we're on the same page anymore.
Sounds like y'all need to get on one then.
I'm sorry, Shiny. I misread the situation, and while I to regret choosing to stop whatever was happening from happening. It was getting worse and worse. I'm sorry that I got pushed into thinking that collaring you would have worked. You have to realize I would never let them get as far as to capture you, even if for a second it may seem like that. That was not my intention.
I need to think. I just need to think by myself.
Before you go, what happened was shitty. It was a bad. That's all there was. That's all there is to it. It was just shitty. Is it shitty circumstances and people made bad decisions, but we're all still alive, and that's all that matters right at this moment. And you guys feel just warm healing magic wash over you as I cast mass heal, and everybody goes up to full.
Now, Lumia, you kind of carry the most of the sway with the queen in this group. Do you think we can get a conversation with her?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to go to the castle because I can't send a message to her anymore.
How are they going to take it that you're no longer with
I don't know yet. That's going to be another interesting thing when they see me in my new look.
I think from what I've learned since fully moving here and what I've learned about the Rosgard, there have been a lot of people who've flown this name. A lot of different people. One I think we also just met in the sewers, but
Wait, what?
yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to worm this into the conversation, but that didn't feel at the right time. That's for later. That's
Did
later
you
conversation.
Boy, no, that's not. Did you hear their voice?
Not for long enough to do what I can do.
I've met most of the Rosgard members. There's only one that I know that we all know is still around there.
We do?
Azrael?
Is Azrael psionic?
No, but high level magic you can be.
I didn't get a look at any facial features on the one who I was mainly conversing with, did I? No?
You're muted, Matt.
No, because they have their hoods all the way down, like
Oh, yeah, okay.
the big engraver that comes out about a foot and then like comes down over their face. That was what they kind of had on. The most you had was like a chin. If you want, you couldn't see because they're particularly made not to be seen. So.
And with Mars being someone who studies like the looks of people to copy them, height-wise, any similar to Azrael? Taller, shorter?
Shorter.
Shorter? Okay.
Well, there's a simple way to do this. We could sit down, Dolithy, and we could scry through the day I can scry on the ones I've met. You could try on Azrael. You met
Go
him before.
I'm gonna pop through the spell book real quick. Might be a while before I can do that.
Okay.
Good help.
Yeah. Shiny, you met him. Didn't you?
Yeah, Shiny did.
Yeah, you could also.
I think the only one in the room who hasn't is Hope.
No.
Think that
I-
one of us needs to scry on the city within the next couple days,
Mm-hmm.
if we can, and just see what's happening.
Yeah. One of you who can.
I think we all should probably go see the Queen today, or at least get an audience and secure one.
Yeah, we should probably check in. I guess it's only been 3 days since we left, really. A couple days since she looks up and Shiny's already. You still in the room?
He did try to stealth away with a 25. I don't know if that's high enough for everybody.
No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. All right.
Well, then you just see him starting to walk out the door.
Shiny.
Look. I need to think.
I get it. I'm not stopping you, but I just want to let you know. And I think I've told you this before. You can talk to me. Go think.
And he'll walk out.
Does Dolus still have the collar in his hand?
I'm gonna roll to see if I actually did or not. Yeah, I think I do.
Hope looks at Dolus. She's got this almost disappointed look in her eyes. That thing was trying to collar me as well.
I tried telling Shiny to stop.
It's what the collar represents, Dolus.
Think wherever if we had like just throwaway trash, or you probably just Dolus will kind of just look at the collar in his hands and toss it to the corner of the room.
It'd probably be best not to toss it, but to examine it further, try and learn more about it.
Yeah, I can do that today.
Then, so what is your plan? You all going to the Queen?
It's the only place I can think of for now, because I don't have any other plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Shiny, they were trying to say they needed you to go to the Queen with them.
Well, Hitler only had one ball.
We can probably
Yeah,
wait for him.
he won't stay away for too long. He just, to be honest,
Walking
he just
steam
needs to
off
get
around
away.
the block.
Yeah, he just needs to get away from Mars and Dolus for like
Okay.
10 minutes, maybe.
Perfect. Just wanted to get the sense here. All right. Then anything before you make your way to the Queen?
Question. This ending says a creature with which you are familiar.
Mhm.
How familiar would Shiny be with King Dwendal?
You've never met him.
Right, but he's like a public figure, right? Does that count? Or is it like somebody like literally familiar so you have to meet somebody?
You've never seen him.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he has.
He wasn't part of the
Because-
assassination, was he?
No, but before the assassination, when
Oh, the
Garrick was auditioning for the parade, we were all part of
Yes.
the audition. Dwendal was there.
Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, I
That's right.
remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So technically, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. Just give me like 2 minutes. And you guys do whatever you guys would have done in the 10 minutes while Shiny was away. Just give me 2 minutes in real time to prepare something.
Yeah.
I think Mars would give a sending ahead to like either like the Shadow Whisperer, like someone we know was like we would inform to like let them know that we're on our way to like or try to arrange a meeting with the Queen.
He should probably be in that meeting too.
Hey Mars, you want to also? Well, I mean, no. I guess you can just let them know to grab all of everybody. She'll probably just grab. Yeah.
Is there anyone specific we want at the meeting?
Well, I was gonna say Amnon.
Yeah,
But I'm sure she'll bring him anyways.
I'm so sure.
Wasn't he kind of like the guy who spoke for us to get this high up in the court anyway?
Yeah, my boss. That's gonna be like, hey, you're not a wizard anymore.
Are we gonna lose our house?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think we're gonna lose our house.
I don't
Alright,
want to
go.
be homeless.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
a priestess. I'm a priestess of the Luxon. Doesn't mean we get to.
I work here too. We have high position here.
Okay.
I hope high enough.
It's gonna be very awkward. I'm still getting used to this. Luckily we had a lot to go on, and I haven't had time to think about everything. But now I'm back home.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
How do you feel, Nylumia?
Very different. Not sure yet. I was part of something that felt good for so long and felt like a family because I had that, even in death and not being totally connected to it, I was still connected to it. I don't have that anymore. And I feel a coldness that I never felt.
I just put the back of my hand to Nylumia's forehead, like I'm checking her temperature. Yeah, you do feel kind of cold, but I get what you mean.
She glares at you for a second.
Hope looks a little nervous. About your contract?
What about it?
She kind of grabs hold of Dolus's hand. You're Levis is my mom?
What?
Huh?
I'll kind of get between Hope and the two of them, just kind of eclipsing.
It's for my mom, yeah.
Does she know?
I don't think so. Let's try not to let her know.
I have to keep it a secret from
Him?
her.
Her,
Him?
him,
Them.
them? I don't know
Mr.
anymore.
Mom. So I mean, oh my god. Okay, check that box for later to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Levistus. I'm gonna have to read up
hold
on
on.
this.
Naomi kind of gets up really close to you, Hope, and just starts eyeing you. You look really familiar to the pictures in my new house.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. That's why
Isn't me related now?
Oh well.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's how it works.
So it's not like the
I-
Fae where like you're just all family.
I think she's
think
just
you-
your boss.
I think he just worked
My
for her
boss?
mom.
I'm
No.
not your boss. Do you guys know who Mab is in the Feywild?
Who?
I don't remember the Feywild at
Queen
all.
Mab.
The
No.
Queen of the Winter Court. Well,
That's
they're in
cool.
darkness, but yeah. What about her?
Oh yeah.
She spoke to me when Shiny made us, and she said something. Did she speak to you guys, Myers Dulles?
I mean, Baba Yaga wiped my mind before I left the Feywild for the first time. So I don't. Maybe before that. I don't remember. Probably not.
Oh, she called me the Duchess of Ice.
That's cool.
Pirate Princess, Luxon Priest, Duchess of Ice.
Next ruler of hell? It's fine.
Hey, hell.
No. Yeah, I just stay strong, Nilumia.
Yeah.
Stay strong because yeah, there's contracts are tricky. You know that, right? Yeah, you know that. You've done with
No, I mean I did. I used to just make them,
Mhm.
and people would just agree to them.
Yeah.
Nah, I never really like signed a contract before that day. So
Well, this contract can be tricky, and you know, there's a likelihood that she'll take over your body.
what?
Stay strong. I'm gonna go bask in the moonlight for a minute. It's been a
Dulles,
while.
You learn how to get to the 7th layer of hell, okay?
Yeah, just add it to the
You
list of
learn it.
things. I'm gonna learn it. Yeah. One thing at a time. Let's just meet with the queen.
I'm gonna send that sending now. And Mars walks away.
I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity just in case.
Okay.
Are we ready to go see the queen?
Are you casting the sending?
Oh, well, I was just, yeah, I'll send to the Shadow Whisperer because he's really the only one that probably would have.
Oh, okay. So you're letting them know you're coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the ones. Okay. Then Shiny, did you have one you wanted to do?
Yep. Let me just make sure I have the spell slots for him.
You need a third at least.
Yeah, I have enough.
Okay.
It's going to take it's going to take probably about 5 spell slots to get this all out. But he is going to normally when he casts sending, he does this cute little thing where he points to the direction that he wants to cast the sending. And like says their name in his head. This time, all he does is ball his fist and envision searing the image of Dwendal in his mind. And he says, sorry, he says, Your Majesty, King Dwendal, I am Shinrael Kithra, grandson of Nephis, the Lady Regent of the Forest Opaline, descendant of Titania, the scion of the Summer Court, and the king of the Sealy Court. You have been operating under the mistaken impression that the Fae have done you wrong. I promise the truth of this to you, as the king of the Sealy Court and the scion of the realms of eternal delight, that is not true. But you have committed crimes and atrocities against the Fae in your charge. Refugees, civilians, children. The blood of my blood is on your hands. And so I also promise the truth of this to you. If another drop of Fae blood is spilled, your reign will end.
Moment goes by. Did you really think that you'd be able to contact His Majesty directly? I will tell you that I am the Royal Secretary. Then as such, all things meant for His Majesty are redirected to me. I will inform those who need to know. Lord Shanael, of your intentions. And we have recorded it as well on crystal. Interesting. It appears we are right. You have... Your first move was to take our soldiers. Now you have designed some Exentrim, you say. The intelligence will find this very interesting. I thank you for your notice.
Guys, can we stop by and get some coffee? I have to let my husband know I'm back.
Yeah, sure, it's on the way.
Just one last thing before Shiny returns to the group. Just hearing that response back from the secretary of the mental interior, I guess. I imagine Shiny would have gone to like the arboretum that they have at the mansion, and you guys would just feel the entire house shake as like flame strike just basically hits the ground around him.
I'm gonna go check on Shiny, see if he didn't.
I think you're the wrong person to do that.
I should check on
You and I are the wrong people to do that, Dolus.
Okay, loud and clear. Got it.
I can go check on him. Shiny? Shinriel?
Are you messaging?
No.
Oh.
I'm just flying outside.
Oh.
You're outside on the thing, so she just literally goes out the door and flies up.
I'm coming.
Hey, before we go meet everybody, we should talk.
Yeah.
You okay?
You know, I don't know. I knew that this job was going to be something. I knew that it was going to be a lot of responsibility that I didn't necessarily sign up for. I knew it was going to be a lot of decisions, scary decisions. And I knew that a lot of it was going to be difficult and painful. But I had you all by my side, and I had you all to help prop me up. But I don't know if that's true.
Why do you think that?
I don't know that this is anyone else's responsibility to bear. And I don't know what I'm trying to do is more important than me. It's more important than the Rasgard. And if we're just concerned about surviving, if it comes down in a fight to accomplishing the mission and saving the people that we need to save, or saving ourselves in the moment, I don't know that the group can make that decision. I don't know that they're ready to do that. I mean, I didn't know that I was until yesterday.
How's it?
Yeah.
The crown is always a heavy burden. But again, you didn't just pick up the crown. You also created a court. You accepted
A court that, at the first sign of trouble, betrayed me.
They made the wrong choice because both of them come from that land. That was their home that they originally grew up in. They have a connection to there, even if they feel like they've cut it off, that they don't realize. It's still their original place of where they grew up. And they're Empire boys. They'll always be Empire boys. Even in their heart, but it's just something about them. But they didn't do it to turn on you. They did it because in their mind, they thought that was the best choice to make a logical decision.
I know they didn't do it they did it on purpose, but I know they didn't do it on purpose, like maliciously. I know that they thought they were doing what the safest thing. They were taking the safest route to making sure that the fighting stopped, to make sure that Hope didn't die, to make sure that Harmony didn't die. But we can't be worried about dying if it means that we surrender and give up on the people who need us.
I hear you. That's why I did the next thing. I gave us a chance to back out so we could figure out our next move.
And you have already given so much. I haven't even been able to process that either. You were queen, and then you're not queen, and then you died, and then you're not dead, and then we found your dagger and reunited you with your husband, and then you were going to create a whole life for yourself, and then you had to make a deal with this dumb demon.
Oh,
Or
wait, that's Hope's mother.
What?
I work for Hope's mother. Yeah, trust me. That's why I didn't want to really bring it up at first. But it's a lot. We're both having to deal with things I don't think that neither of us are ready for. I wasn't ready to. I was looking forward to retirement. I had this whole life plan for me and Caracat, and then I signed this contract. Now I work for some lady again. Like, do you know how hard it is to become a queen and now know that you're working for somebody who is mom? Like, oh my god.
Right? No, but
And you.
that's what I mean. Like, you've already given so much, and then to have to at this last moment give up the last thing you had, which was your freedom.
But I did it for us. I did it for the belief I have in you, Shinrail. I always were connected to most of my family and most of the Fae by being Titania. I knew my children. Most of my children all think around the same ways. There's a few that have a different logic, but not many of them chose the path you did. Nobody chose the path of non-violence and came out of that thinking, I could do this differently. I can do this without bloodshed, and I want you to hold those beliefs, because that is what makes you the right choice. Even when it gets strong and it gets hard and you see the hurt that the others will cause, you have to hold to your beliefs, no matter what, because together we will figure this out. We might have to dig deeper and try a little harder, and maybe we have to go to more people and ask for allies and find others, but we can't think of turning this into bloodshed, because that's what they want. They want you to turn and attack them so they can make it right, and they can make what they're doing right. So we have to think differently.
He looks back to where the flame strike has probably scorched the earth around that little. He created a little fairy circle out of scorch marks, I guess, back there. And he's going to look back at it, not really thinking about the fire, but more the sending that he sent. I think that's part of the problem, too, Ilumia. I was able to find ways to survive and trick and treat my way out of solutions. But that was when it was just me.
What if... I've been thinking about this a lot since everything... Well, since these last 3 hours. What if you pulled the biggest trick of them all? What if... Just hear me out. This is crazy. If we got together in alliance, we came at the Empire like they did us, right? Like they did Roshana with their armies. But instead of attacking them, we hugged them. We showed them love. We showed them care. We showed them what you're about. How can you deny that? How can you deny multiple armies coming together, just standing on your doorstep, showing you care and love no matter the hurt you've caused? The king, his people couldn't deny that. They couldn't write that off at that moment.
There's just one problem with that, Nylumia. I'm not sure I know what I'm about anymore. And
Right.
he kind of just shakes his head when you try to talk, and he'll walk into the other room.
She just nods. What calls you? Let's go get the others. We have to go meet the queen.
Does she know we're coming?
She should.
If you guys are back in the room saying that, I'll say I sent word ahead.
Great.
Okay.
Let's go.
Then you begin to proceed, having messed with the shadow hand, and preparations have been made. In your previous encounters, you were often put into a grand waiting room, but you're led differently. You're led into the Temple of the Luxon, to the Lucid Bastion itself. There you see some of you, sights familiar, the towering constructs of Luxon beacons and murals of drow pushing their way from caverns, shielding their eyes against a harsh sun, while all the time looking forward to a light from the Luxon. Dodecahedral shape. You see the history. On it are murals of these drow reaching out and showing other races, other peoples, the Luxon. And in all the imageries, there are chains that have visages of betrayer gods upon them that are being cut and thrown about. Chains of fiends and devils, as they all come to settle under the Luxon's light. Stone is a black, and white stone has been worked on top of it to be these murals. Underneath, you can see all these were something else at one time. A testament to the evil this place once was. The ruins that were built upon to create a place where freedom can be found in endless possibilities from that which seeks to control. You are led by the Shadow Hand past where a Luxon beacon sits, turning and floating, as three priests bow, underneath which is a nightstone that you're familiar with, that makes it forever night here in Roshana. And past that, your guide lifts up a single finger and quickly draws a symbol, blocking it with their body. And a door forms. A doorway, really. One that is marked with two women, arms around each other, holding a baby. Upon the baby's chest is the Luxon symbol. This is the archstone that makes it and holds it up. And you are led through. There, seated, is the proud figure, her skin glistening, of Layla Skrin. Personal guardian, and by now you've realized her wife stands next to her. Amnon is there. Shademaster sits. And in this room, there is what looks like a table, still bloodstained, of stone. On it, burned, is a dodecahedron symbol into the very rock. As you enter, the passageway closes. And there you notice another figure that you do not recognize. As the bright queen Layla Skrin speaks. Rasgard, you've all returned. This gladdens my heart. We have missed you. Tell me, have you been able to put your affairs in order?
Yeah, Lumia's literally hiding behind everybody with the cloak totally pulled over herself. And if anybody, I'm sure Hope and Shiny's and everybody's high passive perceptions would notice she's trembling. She does not speak up at this moment.
Your Majesty, we do not come here to you as the Rasgard today. It is with both a heavy heart and great elation that I introduce myself once again to you, but this time as the King of the Sealy Court. And these members as the court members of that duly appointed court itself. And so we have come here before you, realm to realm, to parley.
She looks about the group. Brow furrows and darkens. Therefore you declare yourselves no longer a den of Roshana?
He didn't say that. Damn it. Not every member of the Rasgard signed with the court. Because not every member of the Rasgard. She kind of will walk up between everybody, still not revealing anything, is part Fae anymore and can be part of the court. Some of us, my queen, have made choices, and my mentor, we have changed, and I lost access to the rites of dunamancy and all I was taught. And she'll throw off her hood, and I am bound to the ones that we fought to free ourselves from back in the day. But I still lie here and with my services to all of you.
Shademaster pulls a dagger immediately on your revelation. As Layla Skrin raises a single pinky finger.
Hope steps in front of Nylumia.
There will be no killing today. You need not fear.
We have our allegiances to not only the Fae Court, but also to Din Rasgard, to you, my queen. We have no intention of stopping what we have tried to build, what we have built.
There's... go ahead.
And we come here today as both members of the court and Den Rasgard will offer a closer relationship between what is the name of this?
Kryn Dynasty.
Between the Kryn Dynasty and the Summer Court.
That may be possible. However, this is not what I expected. And you cannot be a king and a member of a den.
Yeah.
This is with no malice, Sinrael. None at all. I cannot have, nor would the people accept, a foreign government within ours. It makes no sense. While you may be a group, as much as you are a people who work together, the dynasty has no say in any of that. It is of great necessity that those who are of Den Rasgard not be of the government of the Summer Court. Advisors, maybe, but no government.
Well,
Otherwise, we'll have to make the den defunct.
Well, it's a good thing then that there are two among us who are not actually have not actually accepted or eligible for the court. And he'll nod to Nylumia and, like, I guess the cartoon outline of Marlboro that's standing there silently. These are not part of the court, but they are well trusted and beloved friends thereof.
I see. In that case, to be clear, Dolus, Hope, the one we trusted with the Luxon, Mars. Do you declare yourselves apostate to the den of Rasgard?
Ooh, choices. You guys have to decide if you want to be Archfey or Den members. Ooh.
Yikes. If any, Shiny, if you're ever looking at Dolus for a reaction, he's kind of conflicted because he knows that shit's rocky between you and him, and he half expects you to kind of just, have him revoke whatever ties he has to the court. He doesn't want to do that, but at the same time, he kind of understands that you'd be okay with Dolus stepping down from the summer court. So he's kind of just looking to you to kind of just gauge how you feel about the situation.
Shiny would have stepped forward to address the queen, so he would be actually ahead of the group. And when she addresses the three of you, his head only turns very slightly so that he can hear your answer, but he makes no other outward indication of what you should do. And I know that's completely unhelpful, and that's entirely on purpose.
I know, I get that. Oh God, I gotta think for like 2 seconds. If somebody has an answer, please go before me.
I would say though that above table, like, Dolus should know Shiny well enough to the point where even as mad as he is and as unsure as he is, he would never revoke something that he felt was offered as both a gift and a birthright.
Okay.
I think right now the Feywild needs me more than the Kryn dynasty.
Very well.
I don't think I'm worthy enough of either. I've turned my back on, well, for the moment, the one who appointed me to the court. I betrayed his trust. I don't think I deserve it anymore. But I've also, before siding with the dynasty, have dealt my own blows to it before seeing the error of my ways.
I will tell you, the dynasty is willing to accept you, Mars Gestalten. We know of your past. We fought alongside you knowing your past. We rallied our ships at your call.
He looks to Nylumia and the cartoon cardboard cutout of Marlboro and to the rest of the group, and turns it back to Shiny, who isn't looking. And
When you look to Nylumia, she points to her heart, indicating follow your heart.
I'm forever thankful for all of the acceptance that you've shown towards me and all of the help you've given me in finding my own path since coming here. But I've also made a promise to stand by the king of the Sealy court. And I'll bring with me all I've learned from living and working within the dynasty.
So Dolus hasn't given an answer yet, right?
Right.
Because Mars, you're choosing the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mars gives his answer, Shiny actually lets out like a small exhale. No, like a small like he was holding his breath type of thing, and it was a small exhale, but he also was trying to hold it back. So I rolled a performance and I rolled a 10. So take that for what you will.
Nice. I think it was just blind luck that I was able to ally myself with your dynasty, my queen. And my actions notwithstanding, the past couple of hours, and he's going to look at Oderhan's travel ring that he's kind of just been rubbing since he stepped into this room. I don't think I gave my proper allegiance until I accepted Shiny's offer to serve in his court. And I think I'd do more good trying to earn the respect back to my king than serving in a land that isn't my home.
Rank, title, and land. Still, it is not your home. Adventurers you have trained for months. And still it is not your home. I see. Laws we have made because of you. And still it is not your home. Very well. Nelumia,
Yes, my queen.
you have bent your knee to the betrayers. Yes.
Not by choice, but
Not by choice.
it was for repaying an old debt that was needed to be repaid. But in all reality, I still owe all allegiances to you. These robes still work. I will never turn on my queen, no matter what is asked.
Look at me.
She does.
Did you enter willingly, or were you forced into your contract?
I signed willingly.
So what do you mean you had no choice?
For that choice was already made for what my former self did. I had to repay it. Because what my former self did, Titania, she caused actions that led to things and events to happen. In a moment, there was a choice made by a lucky devil who came upon us at the right time. For it, I had to repay those oaths that I owed and I signed. Cutting off all that, losing that archfey ability I once had, my queen, where we stood on same terms, and I came to you when you found me and saved me. And I bowed my knee to you that day. And you saw me for what I was that day. And you allowed me to bow my knee to you that day, knowing I was an archfey, the queen of the summer court. Still. And I come back to you, and I'm bowing, and she bows down and gets on her knee. Changed to another person, I am, but my heart will never. There's only one queen in my life. If I have to die, Levistus can take me now for that, and have my soul, but I will never go against you or what the Kryn dynasty represent to me. And contracts can always be broken.
And how can we trust one who is made with Levistus? Who's bound to Stygia?
Because if I go against my path, and she points to Marlborough, that man, my bestest friend I've had since the beginning, will end my life knowing what he must do to protect the dynasty and protect the world. You know that to be true.
Marlborough, you have rescued Polaris, united Aden. You are probably the only one that I would trust the full Den to survive. And if you wish to claim headship of Dunrazgard, Else, we'd have to destroy the Fey Porters. So, we will
What if-
leave that.
What if we find another from here to join us that is dedicated to the Kryn and becomes part of our house? Turned out
And let
somebody
me
you
add
could
too-
appoint.
And let me add to your majesty that a big part of the reason that we are here is to not only normalize, but formalize relations between the Summer Court and the Kryn dynasty. So we would welcome if you wish to appoint a trusted ambassador to the Razgard. They would be given full access as any other member of the Razgard would.
We shall see. Depending on Marlborough's decision, I will decide if I disband the Razgard or not. The Razgard was formed as a Kryn operation. Do not forget your own history. So, now, that aside, I truly am grateful that all of you are whole. Looks at Nailumia mostly.
Oh, she feels that cut.
No. I might as well start with an introduction before I hear more of what you have to say. This is... You promised me once that you would help me. And I understand that you may still have things to do before that is possible. And I wish to offer you the aid of my trusted minstrel. Please, introduce yourself. She looks to the figure at her side. So, Fi, choose your character.
So you see this kind of ghostly pale woman. She's wearing like a black dress, carrying like what seems to be like a violin in her hand, and just standing there, not really paying attention to the intense conversation going on, it looks like. And until like the queen refers to her and she bows to the queen, say, "Yes, your majesty. Pleasure to meet you. I am Laren."
It's good to meet you, Laren. I wish he was under more auspicious circumstances.
Well, I asked Laren to, upon your return, join you, or with your permission, to hopefully finish so you could be more fully. But I see you're no longer a den. But if your commitment to help, she grasps the guard's hand at her side, help us with our son, and I can still grant her to you for help.
We've always planned on helping with your child.
Thank you. That being said, Shinrael, Nailumia, Mars, Hope, and Dolus, I hereby pardon you of high treason against the Kryn dynasty. and revoke the title Razgad from your name.
At that moment, Naomi disappears into her lamp.
Now, what did you want to see me about?
I believe our meeting truly was about establishing an formal, at this point, I'll say friendship with the Sealy Court. Start on good terms with each other.
The truth of the matter is, Your Majesty, is that we currently find ourselves against the same adversary. The Empire has many Fae within their borders. And to say that they are treating them unjustly is to not fully express what is happening. They are being rounded up, shackled, collared, executed, and their souls ripped to shreds so that they cannot return home or be born again. And I do not know, I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of your religion, your beliefs, or even how the magic of the beacons work. But I do know that you as a people, we share a common belief in the sanctity of rebirth.
Laren, you hear what I have. What do you think of this?
I hold no opinion on such matters. But one
You-
must be only loyal to one goal, yes? They cannot serve two courts. They cannot align two interests.
It is the song that would be sung. There was,
That
a,
is my
there was a time that you would have talked to me of dynasty families. But a day ago. Now you talk to me of foreign peoples. You are a nation wanting to make friendly relations by asking me to declare war. Because of a situation that you caused.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, I was unclear. We are not asking you to declare war. We are not asking you to do anything with regards to the Empire. The Feywild, the Fey will handle the Fey matters. But as a people who, like I said, believe in the sanctity of rebirth and the continuance of life eternal, it would behoove both our peoples to show a united front against such unnatural atrocities. And while that does not require either of us to raise a hand against the Empire, I do not ask you to raise a hand against an empire. I ask you only to take mine in friendship.
Your Fey tongue speaks in riddles and is unclear. Sinrael.
I believe, and let me put it plainly, I believe that a formal relationship between the Summer Court and the Kryn dynasty would be a show of strength for both our peoples and would give the Empire, with whom you have been at odds at the best of times and at direct war at the worst, on your own accords, it would give them pause.
It would give them cause to declare war and put us in a situation. It would violate the treaty, Shinrael.
What part of the treaty would be violated?
Would be allying with their sworn enemies. A nation that they have already declared war on, which is the Fey. Their people have, in their law, become traitors, joined up. Yes?
I don't pretend to know their laws, but whatever their laws are, they cannot be just.
No. But war results either way. Just or unjust.
Now, Lumia pops out at that point and goes, "My queen, we were there in Rexendrim. They don't only blame the Fae for what people, they're saying that you're already aligned with the Fae. For the army that they sent here, they assume is part Kryn now and has betrayed them. You don't understand. This is something that they have been planning. If you don't make a choice now, they're going to grow stronger no matter what. Because you'll be sitting there in silence. And they can use that. Because you won't be you won't be standing against the words that they're spreading against our people, against you.
Looks at the Shade Master. But what you have created in your resignation is a perfect scapegoat for us to avoid war at the moment. Declare you not part in the actions of the Pharaoh only, not a den of the dynasty as we thought. And your disloyalties were shown when you resigned.
Can China do an insight check and see if she actually believes that would, if she seems like she actually believes that would avoid conflict with this long-term enemy they've always had, basically?
Give me insight check.
That's a natural 20 for a 37.
Yeah, in that case, looking at her, she has no love for the Empire. You can tell this is a woman who would love to see them trampled and destroyed. There's a vengeance in her that is hotter than yours. Almost a madness. But sees an opportunity to give herself time to prepare while the enemy that she hates exhausts itself with another.
You are wise, Your Majesty. And any wise regent would look upon the situation and think that it would be the perfect time to sit back and rebuild while your enemy is distracted. Your enemy is not distracted. They fully believe that we are already in a conspiring against them. And it's also pretty clear to us from what we learned that even if there are those of them who don't believe that, it benefits them to make that true to their people. So yes, the dynasty could sit back and let the Empire, let us face the Empire alone. But that won't stop them. It won't even buy you time. They have already put things in motion.
Amnon speaks. That's not what our intelligence says, my queen. The king is preoccupied and the people are rallied against the Fae. It is unlikely they would mount an attack, especially with the Deadlands. Do you have evidence of this? I don't know how they would get to us.
Look at the way they got to you last time. Look to the gates that are standing outside your door that we had to change to Fey portals that were portals to hell. They sent armies of devils to your doorstep. Without us, there wouldn't be no Roshana to this day. You know that. We stood by you. We stood by you on that day, my queen, and all those people.
And I made you a den.
You did, and not all of us turned on you. You, Marlborough stands still aligned to you.
By that right, though, they attacked the city. They unleashed devils and other fiends upon us. That itself could be seen as a declaration of war. An unprovoked attack.
Yes. Except they still claim it was a rescue mission.
And yet we just came from there. And what they are telling their people is that the invasion that we averted, the invasion that we stopped by changing the enemy into Fae, was part of your design, your plan, your scheme. And they are rallying their people to that drum.
Yes. Which the announcement of your departure might calm down. Shineo, no matter what you may think, and that looks all of you, and all of you, for us to declare to be friends with the Summer Court, allies, that will ignite the war once more, that many worked very hard to end already.
You think they will come at you when you have 35,000 of their own people, soldiers standing outside your doorstep, willing to back you, that are allied to the Fae? If you aligned with us, those people would protect this city. Those soldiers that have no family, that have family left there in the dynasty being killed every day because of actions that they didn't even choose, because choices that they made and were told to do by following an order. But they would be willing to lay down their lives. If you cause, my queen, I do not want to speak out of terms, but if you turn and say that you won't ally with us, then what does that mean? You disband the den. You are saying that you're parting us as traitors, but we're not part of this empire or this dynasty anymore.
That was your choice.
But we're here at this moment still saying we are here. And we're willing to be part of this dynasty.
You all just resigned it.
We're willing to ally with the dynasty. We're willing to help the dynasty in any way that we can. In every way that we can.
There has been a lot of information shared today. I think emotions are high. And I understand your point of view. It's so easy to brush people off like that. Like this. And it's fine. You have to think of your people. And I get it. I do understand. And brushing us off will stop the war for now. But it will start again because once he has had his fun with the Fae, he'll go back. to taking out his fear and his anger on your people.
I have no doubt of this.
Your
And
Majesty, we have taken enough of your time. And so let me just, if you would permit, I can't think of the word. If you would pardon me, if you would pardon me from your presence today. Sorry. Your Majesty, we have taken enough of your time. And before I take my leave at your grace, let me just say these, leave you with these final thoughts. If you cannot publicly declare the Fae as allies, perhaps you might consider offering help of a more clandestine nature. Because I do need to make one thing clear. You may not think that you are at war with the Empire, but you are. And blaming us will not change that fact, nor will it delay the inevitable.
I do
If it's
not
all right.
blame you, and I disagree. Delaying the inevitable is exactly what it will do. But that being said, Shinrael, Lord of the Summer Court, hope speaks true. Much has been said, and I stand here with a child of Levistus in my presence. There is much that is obscured.
Hope's head snaps to her when she says that.
You can tell she actually means Nylumia. She's not aware of you. But you can see she notes that. And says, well, this is what I propose then. As I said, you are pardoned of your crimes. For now, Marlborough will continue among my people as head of Dinner as God until he makes his decision. Laren will go with you as my representation and to help in the way she can. She is very good at what she does. I trust her. And what I want to hear from you all is precisely what you intend to do from here. You talk you have proven yourself as to be mercurial. Well befitting, Faye. And you have a plane you can run to. We have no home underneath, nor on any other plane to go. Should the Empire come knocking, we cannot run like you. So, before Mars could have used his authority, but you've resigned it. So now, decide precisely what it is you wish to do. What this will look like. And then we shall see if it's best to join you now or to wait and marshal our forces on our own. We do not join on your wish that you will be successful. Show us a plan to win and be free of the threat. We will reconvene in 3 days.
Shiny bows and just walks out.
Mars bows and follows.
His brother will follow suit.
Goes. And Laren, you go with them.
Yeah.
Nelumia,
Yes.
have you given any souls to Levistus since your contract?
She waits for everybody to leave the room.
Hope leaves.
I was given contracts by her to help the ones that were supposed to be saved.
And
I gave one out, not knowing what would happen.
not knowing, and that's your excuse.
Knowing somebody that played with fate and used to master it. Of course, I had to see what would happen. Somebody that used to tend to changing time, could bend things at will. I had to see if anything, if I could change it, if anything. I had to test. And then she pulls out the rest of the contracts and lays them in front of her feet. I will never do it again. Again, my soul is damned already. Levistus can claim me when she wants, but I speak to you, and these words will always be true. I will never turn my back on the Kryn dynasty or my queen. And if Levistus wants me, she can claim me now, for no longer will I accept these contracts or give them out. And if
Nelumia, we raised you here. You knew our history.
It was, yes, I did. And you don't know the situation. You placed us with a girl named Harmony, who grew up in this dynasty, who at that moment did not know her path and was about to falter. I was wise. She's young. She was about to take this deal and sacrifice her life to a devil. A young girl you placed with us from this dynasty that came to us, from another den that grew up here, was about to give away her life not knowing because she was lost. So yes, I stepped in and I did something that was destroyed me and changed me, and I will live with the regret knowing everything I had I lost. You don't understand. You know the regret of losing your child, my queen. I've lost my whole family, my everything I once was, to save one girl from choosing a bad decision. So yes, I must live with that.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Come on, you charismatic warlock.
Yeah, we'll see. That is going to be 24.
Okay. Then it is your duty, since you have made the mistake of the drow, to right it like the drow did. You of royal blood, like me, I broke our shackles. Break yours, and show me the truth of your words.
That I will, my queen.
Illumia, despite myself, I believe you. You don't need to show it for me, but for you. You must break them. If you do not, I have lived it under Loth. You will end up doing horrible things unless you break them. You understand?
Yes.
She begins to cry. She almost moves and she looks to her guard, who goes and hugs you in her stead.
Ellie accepts the hug and looks up to her and hugs the guard, but keeps eye contact with her the whole time. And then straightens. In 3 days, we'll come to you.
Good.
That's the plan.
The Razgod never changes.
That we don't. That we don't. She leaves the room following everyone else.
All right. Whew, then we're going to take a break after that. And
Yeah, please.
come back. And then just a few goes for when we come back. Fiery, we want Laren in here as much as possible. We want to get all this moving and mixed in. Thank you so much for kind of hanging out as we're trying to get to a good place here. And then we can let it all go through. So as much as we can. We want to include her. So we will take a break now. Alrighty. Biscuits took a bit.
I'm back. Ross will be back in a few minutes.
Nice.
Back. Courtney, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Did you learn the full name of the kid of Lilas Kryn?
Did I learn the full name of it?
Yeah,
Or
when you
do
did
I
your
remember?
do you remember? Because I remember you did your whole commune and all that, and
Mhm.
talked, and you learned about him. I don't remember if we learned the full name of him.
I don't think I ever did a commune on Layla's kid. Kid.
Who did? Because I remember somehow we
I
learned.
thought you did.
Well, no, it wasn't me.
I know somebody did in the group.
If anything, his mother would know, but
True.
Yeah.
Well, you're her best friend right now.
Why do I hear jealousy?
All right, so now we're totally not somewhere I thought we'd be when we started this, but here we are.
All
So,
right.
can we, for those of you guys want anything else you want to do, it's all on you right at this point.
That was a lot, guys.
Yeah. You can say
Shiny
that.
doesn't say anything until we get back to the Jor house.
Oh, I thought we were there. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess we make our way to the house.
So you're officially at the Jar House. There you
All Awesome.
With
Oh, I'm
Larry.
so glad we're home.
Is it our home though anymore?
I mean,
It may not be for long.
We do have 3 days to change our mind if we absolutely need to.
Well, I was also going to ask her if we can make this like the official embassy for like the Feywild / Dynasty.
I think that implies an alliance.
That also implies we cut ties to the dynasty in an official capacity.
I think you've already done that, Dolus.
Here we have.
Yeah. Right now. But hi, new friend. Welcome to the Rasgard. For now, we still have rights.
We still have the Rasgard to the rights, yeah.
We have partial rights to the name, I think.
Marvel's still in the group of the den. He hasn't decided yet, so we have rights.
Yeah. Mars prestidigitates just a little badge that says Rosgard and just hands it over to Laren. Hi, I'm Mars. I don't know if I told you my name.
hello. Yeah, I've heard about the Rasgard. It was interesting what you proposed to the queen back there.
Yeah, we say a lot of things when we're under pressure. Kind of just like to wing it sometimes.
Not sometimes.
Says the one with wings.
Hope just kind of stares at Dolus. She's just like. Yeah, kind of under pressure. Like, okay, I thought they were gonna kill Nylumia for being.
Yeah, that got a little intense, right?
Okay. What are they gonna do when they find out about me?
Well, that's the thing. We're just not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Hope I have to talk to you later.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, I need to sit down.
Yeah.
So hell of a first day there, Laren.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And is Laren your real name? And are you going to be reporting to us, to the Queen, every day, weekly? What are you looking for? What are you doing, huh?
Don't mind my
well,
grandson.
I am just a musician. I am the court bard for the queen, and I don't report to her. No,
Just her wife?
no, not that either.
Oh.
I just, yeah, I don't owe allegiance to anyone.
This feels so good, actually, to have no allegiances. This is all just a lot of bureaucracy
Do
right
I
now.
believe
You,
her?
you still have allegiance to Shiny.
I know.
So what you were saying?
Do I believe that she has no allegiance to the dynasty?
I guess we're insight.
29.
We're very
Oh.
distrustful by nature.
Should I roll? Let me see. Ah,
We're just gonna ignore what that roll says.
I know, right? Yeah. Okay, let me check. So she isn't sure herself. So you get the sense that she doesn't know, but she also she's not going to report to the queen about everything you guys said, but she also isn't sure if she is loyal to anyone for some reason.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on pumpkin spice?
Oh, what?
Oh, he's
Pumpkin
talking about
spice.
coffee.
Coffee, pastries, the flavor in general.
Oh, I don't have a particular taste for food. I guess anything should be fine.
You don't have a particular taste for food? You
These
don't
are-
like pastries? I don't know if this is going to work out.
As a reminder, she said ghostly figure.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
You're interesting. Okay.
To be fair, coming from the Feywild, everybody looks kind of muted and gray to Shiny.
Dolus and Hope are very monochromatic, so it's like
Yes.
Mars
they-
has a lot of purple and pink.
Oh, okay. Hope has a lot of red on her her out. Maybe we should describe our characters.
Yeah.
That might help. Okay, well, I'll go first since I already started. Hope is a white tiefling, pure white skin, except for she has silver marks that go that come from her eyes, going back to her temples, and she's got white hair, lavender purple eyes, and she wears she looks like a pirate, pretty much. You were to describe her aesthetic, it'd be pirate chic. And she has a holy symbol of Sehanine, the Moonweaver, on her hip.
probably next to her, or at least very close by, is Dolus. His skin is also pale white. Same goes for his hair, which is at the moment kind of just long and muted without of color. He has no eyes or completely whited out scleras. He's wearing these kind of just charcoal gray robes that are very unisex, formed like loose fitting. He's been carrying around a book next to him and staff, kind of just jeweled staff, and in his other hand, he's kind of twirling. Yeah.
I'll go next. You see a 2'2" fairy. Well, no, I'm not fairy. 2'2" tiefling with horns, fat wings. She has long purple hair, very dark makeup. Kind of has this choker around her neck that looks like almost a collar, and she carries around this magical lamp on her side. And you might see a little dragon around her drinking coffee.
Looking quasi similar to Dolus. See Mars, also very pale complexion, completely white or like a little bit tinged pink eyes. This weird kind of like half undercut, all of it like kind of like pushed over to the side. He's wearing like dark leather armors with like streaks of purple and he's just still off in the back of the group.
Shiny's a skinny little Eladrin. He's got tattoos. You know what? Actually, he looks like he was like skinny and wayfish, but it looks like lately he's been working out, which is probably just from all the adventures they've been on with the Razgard. And he's got like dark copper skin. Right now, he's got white hair, and he's got one amber colored eye and one like icy blue eye. And the tattoos that he has on his body are of vines, and they reach up, like in my picture here, they reach up to his lips, and there are like elvish runes that are tattooed on his lips. Well, if you don't have any feelings about, well, we'll just have to, you know what, honestly, we'll just have to come back to this because we've got other things to talk about. But we're going to have to put a pin in this and talk about this some more because, first of all, if you're going to be joining the Razgard, like the Razgard own like several bakeries in Jorhas or like partnerships and coffee shops. And like it's like a third of our like business in our revenue. So
it really is like a rite of passage. You have to try our stuff.
And then eventually have something on the menu named after you.
Oh yeah.
Interesting
So-
criteria.
we have to come up with a plan in 3 days. And Shiny will sort of position himself at like the head of the table, like we're like the planning montage of an Ocean's 11 movie.
The bongos are in.
Love the bongos.
Yeah,
I was thinking about some stuff when the Queen was talking, and it seems like the only way we're going to get Jorhas or the Dynasty on board is we have some kind of either a direct action or countermeasures in place for the Empire, or at least a plan for one. And I was thinking, well, a couple of things that we have things kind of all over the place, but I feel like it's almost like things are sort of lining up as if some weird, powerful being is creating a narrative.
Oh my god. Is this where the campaign gets meta? I don't think I'm ready for that.
All of our noses start bleeding.
No.
But we owe Nylumia a great debt for what she did, what she sacrificed, especially the Feywild. And Nylumia, we can't leave you to this fate. So, and we also need a stable way in and out of the Empire. Either, preferably, to and from the Feywild. And we already know of a way of how to do that. But the knowledge on how to create that is currently in hell with that weird punk rock lady that Dolus gave the book to.
Ours did that, first of all.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I forgot which brother did this stupid thing.
He and I both do very stupid things sometimes.
That does bring up a point. I mean, when I stayed back and talked to her, how it sounded was, if I'm able to break this collar, then I could be allowed back in the dynasty.
Right. So it sounds to me like okay. Long story short, this is what I'm suggesting, right? We go to hell. Yes. We go to hell. We get rid of your collar, because collars aren't good for anybody. And
yes, Mars and Dolus.
Lesson learned already. Please move on.
The collar's in the corner where I threw it. All right.
And
It's in the basket of shame.
Then we find a way to get the book from the bald-headed lady, and what we could do is we use the book to create portals in the Empire directly to the Feywild. And so not only does that give us a way to permanently get the Fey out of the Empire, but it also sort of becomes a threat to the Empire, where if we're aligned with the dynasty, we can say, look, we have these portals directly into your lands, and so if you keep messing with us, we'll let the dynasty use them and come in and fuck shit up.
Did you just say fuck?
Hold on. Yeah, he did, but okay. So here's what I'm seeing. The dynasty is using us as a scapegoat, or they're thinking about using us as a scapegoat.
More or less, yeah.
Or a thing you did, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or a thing we did to save their city.
I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
But yeah, so if we are able to create these portals directly into the Empire, possibly even into Rexentrim itself, because even though Rexentrim has anti-teleportation stuff, like so does the Dynasty City, right? Like they were able to circumvent that somehow with this magic. So maybe we can figure out a way, or maybe just outside this city of Rexentrim or whatever. It doesn't matter. If we can get, what I'm basically suggesting is we can have a foothold in the Empire by placing these portals strategically. And we don't ever have to go to war with the Empire, but the threat of allowing the Dynasty to use the portals might be enough to keep get the Empire to chill.
So, I have another thought, and this one's really gonna blow everyone's mind. Mainly because the Razguard started this back in the day, and it's still there, and nobody's done anything around them. And if nobody wants to alliance with them, and we are Osterguide at the moment, what if we aligned with the Deadlands?
Sorry.
We align
Well-
with just a section of dead world. Are there even
Just
things
hold on, think
living
about
in
it. They are in the Empire. The Empire already wants them out and are fighting them. If we aligned with them, I mean, it could be an alliance in the long run. And if they turn out, I mean, who know? Have we ever even been there? Do we know if they're bad? I was dead. You guys accepted me.
I have no idea what's in the Deadlands. No one's been in the Deadlands. I have no.
Exactly.
Anyone here has been in the Deadlands.
Exactly. So it's just an option I'm throwing out there.
Wait a second. The Deadlands is a real place? I thought you guys were just making that up.
No, it's half the Empire. Is
There actually is. There's actually a little bit of the Dynasty in the Deadlands too.
Yeah. But
No, you guys were just making that up to freak me out about this whole weird prime material plane. I didn't know it was a real place with dead people everywhere.
I prestidigitate a map of Wildmount onto the table with a shadowed with the Deadlands on there. We weren't lying about that.
and it was actually this group before my time, guys. Before my time, but it was this group that
Wait.
started it.
That was a lie. That was a story. Oh my
But
God.
anyways, I'm just saying, if we need to look for other options of allies, they are right there.
But who's they? Are they like a kingdom?
know.
Is there like a government over there?
Are there
There's-
people in there?
There's a land that nobody seems to want to mess with, so there's some type of something holding them.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it might just be a bunch of
It
monsters.
could just be permanent undeath. There could be a lich in there for all we know.
liches normally are smart though, and they're not dumb.
We'll maybe kill you.
Well, but that doesn't. I mean, okay. I mean, let's maybe just put that in our back pocket because, I mean, that doesn't even help us. That won't help us with your situation.
No, but it would help us with the fact of we could use them as the part of where we could put the portals because they're in that lands already. So if we were to ally with them, we could set the portals there, where then the the Empire wouldn't be able to take quick action against the portals, but we would have quick action to get to them. Like, I'm not even saying like an alliance of war. I'm just saying if we were to ally and at least introduce ourselves. Because China, you are king. You have to start thinking about that type of stuff. Like, if you want to be on this material plane, you're going to have to ally with certain governments.
No, I get that, but we don't even know if there's people there, let alone a government.
Hope casts see invisibility and looks around to see if there are any scrying orbs.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 12, not a 20. I fucking hate my dice. Why do they hate me so much? An 18.
You don't see any.
I like the idea of keeping allegiances with governments. Are we still not interested in preserving this quasi relationship with the dynasty?
We are. I mean, this is my home now.
And pardon me, Shiny, but the only way I could see us preserving this is if we get some of your court back into her favor and commit to being of Den Rasgard.
Well,
full time.
I
Me and
think that
Marlboro-
ship has sailed already.
Yeah, I mean, Marlboro's still part of Den Rasgard until he makes his decision in 3 days.
Like, she literally had to pardon you for treason. I don't think that's something that you can just, like, be like, psych, can you let me back in?
Yeah, I think Shiny's right. Dolus, Mars, and Hope, I think you guys made your decision when she asked. But if Shiny's right about me, we could go to Hells and break my contract. That would give 2 of us, and Liren, if she's part of the Razgard, now she's part of the dynasty. We still have a hold.
That's a good point.
And so and also, like, if I remember right, once those portals are set up, they're pretty hard to like.
They're pretty permanent.
Yeah, they're pretty permanent because like you need to like do a whole, like we had to do like a whole, I don't know what you would call it, like a side quest to like basically like figure out how to destroy these portals.
Okay. I hate poking holes because for some reason I like poking holes in the plans. What you said there was true. These gates are permanent. That also means that they can also go into the Feywild. The people in the Deadlands.
Well,
Or the Empire,
we
wherever
haven't
we put
decided
them.
we're going to put them in the Deadlands.
But
Wherever
he's
we
right.
put them, the people who occupy that space as well will have access to that.
Yes.
That's why we would have to make the gates on the other side of the portal regimes, like with I mean, if that's a tough one, Shiny, because you don't want to be military. You don't want to pose that.
Well,
But
we
first, if
don't
you
need
have
a military. Like we could have like, I don't know, like a border, no, a portal control agency. I don't know.
If we open up portals in the Empire, it'll be seen as an act of war.
They already think they're at war with us.
They do think that, but it'll give them more to feed on. It'll give them more to feed on. That's all there is to it. If by threatening them with the dynasty, sending the dynasty, that you think that's going to make the queen happy with us, is threatening them with the dynasty?
No, we're not.
No.
We wouldn't do that without the queen. Like what I'm saying is that we have this plan to
She's not
establish the portals, and we offer it to the queen if she wants, if she thinks it's a good plan, you know. And it's kind of like I don't know what to call it, like a dead man's switch or something like that. Like don't, like, it's a safety measure. Like, you know, we have these portals. We put these portals in your country. There's not a whole lot you can do about them. Be nice, or you know, we might not pay attention to who's using these portals.
If you do this, then I'm going to throw you a suggestion. You might have to, if you want the Kryn to back you, you might have to give them a part of the Feyland and allow them to have access to it. So then they would feel like they have a place to retreat to, and they would have full control over that portal. You might have, there's a give and take in this. Because they're not going to want to just be used as a pawn, like Hope says, is, yeah, we'll put these portals here, but we're not going to attack you. The Kryn are going to come attack you if something happens. You know, like, they're going to want to be in control of these portals themselves. And it would also possibly give them, if they have access, because they already have access to the portals at home, if they do have a space in the Feywild, they would have a place to retreat, like Singorn. Now, we can't do what we did with like they did with Singorn, where they made the whole place be able to vanish, because that would be really cool if we could get Roshana to transfer it to the Feywild. I was thinking about that, but I don't think we have any high magic users around here.
What am I, chopped liver?
Hope kind of narrows her eyes.
Well, I mean, come on. We could try, guys, but that's really like ancient magic that Singorn did to do that. I think they
That's
contacted.
like ancient Fey magic.
Yeah, like, I mean, maybe you guys are part of the court now. I don't know.
I'm just,
A lot of having to figure that out.
I just don't think it's a good idea to. I don't think it's a good idea for us to use the Kryn dynasty in this way. I don't think the queen is going to go for it. I think she will chop our heads off, honestly,
That's why I
just
suggested.
by suggesting it.
That's why I think if you did that right, you'd have to give her something.
Well, again, like, yes, I mean, I'm not opposed to giving them a space in the Feywild. Like, they can, just that's a really good idea about like Singorn. Like, maybe Rashana can, you know, move to the Feywild every once in a while, or have an escape route to the Feywild. If we can figure out how to make that work, totally up for that. I mean, from what I can figure, I mean, I could probably make a new place for them in the Feywild. Right? Like I could just make a place. New
Maybe.
place.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I want to just clarify, like, I'm not talking about using the dynasty. It's more like that, you know, offering the dynasty use of these portals if they want to, and telling the Empire that let me rephrase. So if the dynasty will be our allies will have free use of this portal. And so us having a foothold in the Empire gives us advantage over the Empire. And if if the dynasty is our allies, they will also share in that advantage. Now, whether we actually use those portals is up to the Empire, and whether or not they will stay with peace.
It's a good thought, but I think we do have to come back to what's our next goal though first, because we don't even have the way to do that, and like you said, we'd have to go to hell to get those.
Go to hell.
Is she even in hell? Did she find a way back? Zariel, yeah. Last I heard, she was destroying temples.
No,
On the material plane.
We saw her fly back through the gate.
No, she flew straight to Rexentrum, and she is the one that destroyed the Temple of the Godfather.
That's true.
I thought she.
I did a commune, and I asked, and she
It is
said,
true. Yes, this is inaccurate.
I completely forgot about
So Zariel's not even in hell.
No.
Well, we don't know. She wasn't in the hell at that time, but like, we could do a scry on her tomorrow.
Well,
or a scry on the book. Maybe that's probably safer. A scry on the book.
Could do the opposite. We could go to hell and bring her back.
Oh, gate her back to the hells?
Yes.
I don't know if I like the idea of going to the hells.
I don't either, but let me kind of points up her neck. I can't be part of any family, even the court, until this is gone.
Yeah, we got to kill Levistus.
You say that like it's something we could do. I've never killed an archdevil before. or what do they call them? Dukes or something.
Okay, with Hope's knowledge of Levistus, would she know that he is actually trapped in a block of ice in Stygia? Deep in a block of ice in Stygia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't mean to say they can't get out and do things, because they have other ways to do things.
Yeah, they had the or
I was actually just kidding about killing them. I don't want to kill. I don't even know how that would work. Like, wouldn't they just like reapparate on Hell somewhere?
Well, actually, technically, if a devil is killed in the hells, they're gone permanently.
Oh,
The Blood War is like a whole cool example about how that
well,
is a
maybe
thing.
we find where Levistus keeps their contracts, and we destroy Nilumia's contract. Actually, we could just destroy all the contracts if we find them, because like I'm sure everybody that like has a contract would like really like us that way.
Actually, piggybacking off of that, we don't know. We have to find the guy who gave us the contract in the first place, the devil in the Feywild. Because
Mhm.
technically,
He-
he's the one
Shadowfell.
that gave you that. Yeah, well,
He did not
gave
give it
the
to you.
He
okay.
showed it to us.
He pointed where it was.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's not him that signed it. It's not. He has nothing. He might have been the one that brought it to our attention.
That's a
But he
good little
just pointed
loophole.
A big devil thing to do, yeah.
Yeah.
But he might know where the contracts are held.
Well, they're probably-
Lauren.
Yes, Lauren.
Laren. It's hard to read. I'm sorry. Laren, what do you think? Would you like to go to the hells?
I have nothing against that, but it sounds to me like you wish to bargain a parlay with the queen, but you don't even have all the bargaining chips yet.
No, we don't.
What if you
Right.
had her, forgive me, what if you rescued her son? It sounds to me like you don't even intend to help her do that.
What?
We do intend to help her rescue her son, but her son right now, as far as we know, is safe. And actually, we don't even know if he needs rescuing. He just,
We just need to take care of him in some form of capacity, whether it be rescuing or something else. We don't know what she needs of that.
Yeah, that's what.
And when the last information we have about him is that he's kind of, he's fine. The people around him, not so much, but he's fine. And the people in the Fae that are in the Empire are not fine.
All right, do what you wish, what you decide. I will follow along.
She does raise a point that that is a good surefire way of getting her on our side a little more.
Yeah, start with her son. I could commune or do a legend lore, see if I can find anything else out about her son.
I mean, we do have 3 days. Why don't we take those 3 days to kind of get as much as we can? We can learn more about what Hope said. She can probably find out more about the sun. We need to keep an eye on Reg syndrome and see how things are changing, and figure it out how we're going to deal with that. Because I still have every intention to keep trying the whole, sneak everybody out, do this quietly, getting the Fae out of Reg syndrome.
Just to play Levistus's advocate, what's to prevent, if we rescue the queen's son, what's to prevent her from saying, okay, thanks, bye, don't need you for anything else?
It's a good point.
She still needs, well, we're still part of her court. Some of us are. I
Wow.
mean, some of us are.
She's already threatened to disband it. Like, she can just say, poof, no more Rasgard Den.
I don't
What
think
happened?
she would. You all see Layla's as her stoic figure she is, but you gotta remember she's a mother, and she does care. But she has Shiny. She's like you. She has to think about all of her people. So yeah, she could do that, but I don't think she would. She's doing what she does right now to protect her people, because she doesn't know what's going to happen, what the Empire is going to do.
And do you think rescuing her son, which is a personal thing, will help her, will make her commit her nation
I
to
don't
an
think it would make her automatically do it. I think it would show her that we still have the Kryn dynasty's interest in heart. That
I
we
like that.
only that we don't only care about ourselves and the Fae. Right now, you came to them asking for their help, and after she did make us a den and everything, and asked for the alliance, you know, but she's hearing what she is from the sources. May they be wrong or right? We don't really know for sure what information Amnon and the Shadow Hand are telling her, because we don't even know if their information is correct. We don't know.
yeah,
But
not okay. Can I just say that guy was kind of a dick? Like
he was about to
not,
kill me. He was
yeah.
literally about to kill me. But yeah, anyway, so we have to see her point, and we have to realize if right now we're asking her to do something after, you know, we just did a huge thing, and then we took off and for a little bit and did our thing, but we left 35,000 people or more that are Fae. They're not Kryn. They're not Drow. They're not part of the dynasty. They are Fae because of the Fae touch you gave them. We left them on the doorstep. I haven't really dealt with that yet, guys, too. We need to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And, so it's not really like we gave her an army, because she doesn't even, like, right now, she doesn't even know. Shinra, you could attack Roshana right now with those Fae. You have gates right now in their city. So she has to play on this, like, can she fully even trust you? Because now
I
half the den that she made has now become members of the court of the Fae. So it's you gotta look at it like her eyes, like she's seeing, like, I did this thing and you guys just changed, and now you have a very, very control of my city because you have gates and I'm surrounded by an army.
I think it would be I think it would probably would be in the best interest to get rid of the gates, to show good faith that we're not trying to do that, because that would be on the forefront of my mind too. Are we trying to take over?
I don't think we have to do that, but I do think maybe if we do find our kid, that would show that faith. Because we still want the alliance to build, and
Mhm.
allowing those gates to be here and maybe down the road giving them part of the Feywild would create that alliance even stronger, where they would have access and be able to trade and go back and forth. So we don't want, and plus those gates are kind of permanent. We don't really have the magic to do that at the moment because of Zerial taking that book. So there's that.
I I am 100% down for finding her son and doing what she needs us to do to help her son.
Me too.
I
Got to
think
show her that we're still on her side.
exactly. Maybe we go find her son. Maybe he can even help us maybe he knows a way to break out of contracts. Who knows what we know about this kid? We don't even know. Maybe he
We
can.
we know what we heard from the Durgar, that the son has heavy ties with Lowell. Which is why they tried to get rid of the evidence, so to speak. But I can do a legend lore on him, see what else I can find out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get whatever we can information wise. I mean, we are we all for helping the queen.
Yes, but you realize every second, every day that we're not actively trying to get the Fae out of Rexentrum. They're dying. And we might have made it worse.
I don't even know how to get them out. Unless we just plop a gate right in the middle of town, 2 or 3 gates in the middle of where they're at so they can run through. Bar that, how would we do it?
We would have to do it the way of war. We would have to surround the town with a gate spell, have the people from the army that we have of Fae come through the portals and surround them like they did Roshana and tell them to let them go.
Well, I actually like Hope's idea of like just finding a way to communicate to them where their portals will be and drop the portals there so they can just run through.
We can't get the portals
Before we
inside the city is the problem. You can't put it because they are protected from that. So you'd have to get it outside the city, which they have all, you've noticed they have protections from people getting outside the city. And we just proved them that we were using those sewers, so they're going to even have more.
Yeah,
So how
they're
do you
not.
get people outside of a city that are locked down?
Yeah, they're not going to let anybody out now.
Exactly. They're going to be even harder to let people inside the city.
Okay, do we have an estimate on how many of the families are actually inside the city? Because not all of their families could be inside that city. I don't see that many people being stuffed inside that city.
It's a big city, but yeah, I'm not sure.
You realize that you found out that everybody from the army that you got, his families is in Rexentrum.
Yeah, I was going to say Rexentrum is like Los Angeles, isn't it? Like
Yes.
millions of people. Yeah. It's a huge, yeah.
I thought, Matt, you might have said that it was somewhere like 500,000 people altogether.
500,000. It was more like 20 or 30.
Okay.
I think of that. But it was a lot. It's a lot of people, but Rexentrum can hold it. Yeah.
Idea. Okay, so Zariel is pissed off at the Empire. Correct?
Yeah.
Is she? Why?
Because they were going to try to control her and other devils.
Yep.
So we find out in Ludinus' spellbook.
Yep.
That's why they were attacking Rosanna, the fiends.
You're not saying we ally with the devils, right?
No. Well, we kind of already have an in with Zariel as she kind of looks at Marlborough.
Oh. Huh.
But in what way would we do that? Like, just to get the book back, or like...
You want war. There's war.
But we would also, I think at that point, we would... From how she acted when I was collared from Levistus, I don't think siding with the devil and creating a war after the devils attacked them would be a good option. We might then definitely be disbanded from Roshana and exiled.
Well, if we go through all of this and she still won't ally with us, I will do whatever it takes, except whatever ally I can get to save those people.
Well then, I would rather go with the Deadlands than the Devils, I'm sorry.
You keep saying that, but you don't even know if there's people there.
There's something there because obviously it's still there. And
Yeah, but like it could just be like a
Empire-
giant storm.
we don't know.
Oh,
Okay. I'm. You
oh,
know
wait!
what?
I also know of a fae who can pop into people's dreams. Maybe I can ask her to pop into all of their dreams, the people that we're trying to rescue, and let them know that help is on the way. And when we eventually figure out what we're going to do, that can be how we tell them where to be when we need
All
them
the
to be there.
people that you're trying to rescue might not be Fae because most of them were human. Because we turned their lovers and their family into Fae, not them.
Yeah, but I don't know that her power. She can only go into the fae
Oh,
people's
true.
dreams.
You could
She's
ask
like
her,
the
I
queen.
guess.
I mean, she introduced herself to me as the queen of dreams, not queen of fae people dreams. So I don't know. That'd be kind of like a weird distinction there.
There's a lot of people to dream talk to.
Oh, Bob Yuri comes in handy.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, but she's got a lot of time, right? Like we don't even have a plan really yet. And besides, what else could she possibly be doing?
Yeah, what else could she possibly be doing?
And
Weren't we
technically,
also supposed to like be setting up like a Fae meeting or something?
yes.
Yeah.
And technically, she owes me a favor because I helped her out with her sister. Okay. So, I mean, it sounds like we have a couple options, right? I think at this point now, there's nothing we can do until we get more information. So tomorrow, let's rest. People keep letting those ideas stew, like in the Feywild, we used to have these things called TED Talks. They're named after the satyr Tedicus, and
Tedicus Taucus?
yes, Tedicus Taucus, and workshop some ideas and stuff tonight. And tomorrow, Hope will do legend lore on the Queen's Son. I will do scry and or legend lore on the book that we need. And I will also send a message to Sayori.
Sounds good. Dad, you here?
Yeah, I've just been listening to all you talk and
Talk.
going to hells, and you're going to your business, and you're going after. It's crazy.
Yep. You'll probably want to get back to your crew. I don't know how long this is going to take. So I don't. How long were you planning on staying in the material plane on Exandria?
Wasn't so much of a plan as much of a dad help me.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you're here for the wedding. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, hey, maybe we could do it tomorrow.
The wedding?
Yeah, just
There's a cold sweat on Dolus's brow. Like
Somewhere across the
Yeah,
world, a librarian on Dark Toe is sweating too.
I have to make my apologies to the Plain King, but I mean, we can probably make it happen.
yeah, yep.
You mean like really? You want to do it tomorrow?
Might as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. Crap. Dolus, I need you. Yes,
It's gonna like the location's gonna have to change. I don't think.
Nope, it's not. It's all right. It's fine.
What?
I can get us there. Dylan's closet.
we're gonna way off.
God.
I was just thinking about eloping in the Jor house today, like tomorrow. Like, what the fuck is
If you send
happening?
out invitations, Hope.
Didn't want what?
There's
remember
invitations that got sent out.
When?
I don't know, but the other Plant King's gonna be there. So
Yeah, the current rulers of Darktoe requested they be there for security.
Oh, when the fuck is this supposed to happen?
I guess tomorrow, Dulles, we have to go to we have to do some sendings.
What?
Right.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. No,
Give us a couple
never
days.
mind. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I literally I have this planned for the month of, and she gives out a month.
I just didn't want Dad to have to stay here longer than he was welcome, I guess. I don't know what's happening. Nobody tells me anything, and I'm so lost, and I don't even have any control over my freaking wedding, and you guys can just do whatever you want. And she just goes up to the room.
Wow, she seems to be having a lot of hormones.
Don't you ever say that around a woman again.
No, I mean, is
No.
she like?
No.
Mars stealths out of the room. Yeah, he's gone.
So, Liren, what kind of music do you play?
Okay. I play music for funerals.
Oh, can I hear some? I kind of, yeah, I was at a funeral a couple days ago for myself.
Oh, interesting. Were you dead?
Technically, I was undead, and now I'm back to life.
How did it feel for you to be undead?
It was, I mean, I didn't really eat. I only slept for a couple hours. Didn't really dream. It was kind of nice.
Yes, it is nice, isn't it? Well, depending on how you think about it.
Tell me.
I don't really look alive, do I?
Well, no, but look at who I travel with. She points to the three that probably wandered off that are like really gray, and like two of them just change their shapes half the time. So like, I never know. But are you kind of see-through-ish?
I can be, and she reveals herself too. So she's kind of like half transparent now and like scary-ish.
You're pretty.
Oh, why, thank you. Not a lot of people say that. They usually just scream in the wrong way. How rude.
That's very rude. Well, let's hear a song. And stay in that form. It just feels right.
Okay, she plays sort of a requiem for the audience. Let's see if that happens. Yeah. So she plays kind of okay, I guess.
26 is kind of okay.
That's pretty good.
It does bring tears to Nalumi's eyes. And during it, she does bring up this little acorn she's been carrying around. And she kind of lays it on the ground. And she'll just like lift up one of the floorboards and then put it underneath. Close the floorboard. Thank you, Liren.
Yeah, anytime.
You're really good at that.
I've had a lot of time to practice.
Don't mind the group. We all love each other. And we have a plan, even if it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out.
It always does, in a way or another. You want to try some coffee? I was thinking of this new flavor, and I haven't been back to try it yet. We're gonna call it. Ooh, let's gonna call it Hell's Fae.
Wow, Lumia's really tapped, huh?
Hope storms down the stairs, calling out for Dolus. As that's happening. Is he hiding from me now? Dolus!
Sorry, I dozed off for a second.
Oh no!
I'm a little out of it right now. What is it? What's happening?
Oh,
Your wife's
buddy.
calling for you.
You fell asleep at my most needed time. What are you doing to me, Dolus?
Everything wrong today, I guess. What up? Hang on. What?
Good. You're here. Dad, where are you?
What am I over here? Am I in trouble?
You both. I need to get you to the Tide so they can get you to your ship. Dolus knows the Tide. He can get you. We can get you there, right?
Yeah, I can teleport.
So you're not sitting here bored for I don't know how long. Because I don't know when my own fucking wedding is. Can we do that?
Well, I can, yeah, I mean, if this is what we gotta do, let me see here. I'd say, yeah, the Tide is still out because it has been that long, so the Tide isn't in dock. It would be a few months.
Yeah, I was thinking Dolus could teleport us to the Tide.
To the Tide.
Yeah.
Goes, actually, that can be troublesome.
Well, do you have anything from your ship?
Would have me.
Fuck.
But,
Oh, he doesn't pull like a chunk of Ethereum out of nowhere.
I can probably get in contact with my ship, have them start sailing this way. They can move pretty quick.
Oh? Okay. I just didn't want you to be stuck in. You have to go through a whole bunch of stuff in order to get into port, and it's messy, and I don't. Maybe, maybe I could. Maybe we could get you to that one coastal city that everybody always talks about, where your parents are, your mom is.
Nick
Yeah, Nick Jonas. Maybe they can meet you there. It's crazy.
I have a lot of warrants there.
Oh.
I think the best thing is, like I said, if you could, well, I guess they hate you. Maybe Barbaro could hook me up, and I can get my ship into port here.
Yeah.
Listen, darling, you want me to stay here? I'll stay here. I don't want to miss your wedding.
I don't want you to miss my wedding either. I don't want to miss my wedding. What if I miss my wedding because I don't know when my wedding is?
47 days.
47 days?
That's right. I mean, the invitations got sent out. I mean, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of got Mine was like kind of paper airplaned at me.
I mean, she said you hired her as the wedding planner.
She just looks dumb. She's starting to drool because she's like, whenever they talk about the wedding, like wedding planner and stuff, like, she doesn't even know what a wedding planner is.
Well, all right. So, what I want to know is what the hell all of you are doing. So, I don't know if we need to do a vote. What do you want to do? Because y'all need a plan of action.
Yes.
Because I mean, the RP figuring all this out was good, but we want to get moving for the next. You want to know what you're doing.
The next day, Hope is going to do a legend lore and possibly a commune on Laylis' son.
Shiny will also the next day do a scry on the book that Zariel took. Yeah.
Think. Yeah, let's keep this together. If we're taking a trip to the Hells, are we? Never mind. There's any info on Lulth you can probably find if the Dynasty still thinks we're good enough to go into their libraries, they'll also probably spend some time going and looking through and reading up on Lulth more.
Lumia wants to be reading up on how they were able to break their contracts also, like, and get away. And, like, that type of history. Just to see if she can learn some stuff.
Okay. All right. I need either investigation history check from Dolus.
Okay.
And then that's I guess the same for Lumia. All right, and then you're doing. Do you have the name of the son for Legend Lore?
I'm so sure someone like Legend Lord or communed the sun.
I will, you know what? I will have to go back when we heard about the sun and listen to it again.
I think you got the name now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure you did. I just have to double check my notes here. But I don't think I know it. But are you kidding me?
Because we heard everything about him from the Durgar down in the.
Yeah, I remember that.
When she talked about him too.
Uh huh.
Oh, I got it. Calastus.
Calastus Kryn.
Yeah,
That sounds
Calastus.
right.
I knew we knew it.
Can I spend a 9th level to get advantage on this investigation check? Because I can get foresight going for this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Bingo. 25.
Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay, so let's start with goodness gracious. All right. So you were getting information on what specifically again?
Oh god, I guess more on the history between Lulth and specifically Laylis.
Okay. Loth and Laylis, yeah.
Yeah, just like kind of like the personal connection between the two.
Okay. So what was your roll again?
25.
25. Okay. So with Loth, You find out the realm in which she resides is named the Demon Web. It at one time was anchored to the 66th layer of the Abyss. Shortly after the calamity, she had severed that layer and turned it into her own Demon Web realm and plane entirely. Now the Divine Gate keeps her from coming to the material plane, though she does insert her influence. Shortly after the Divine Gate is when, following the Luxon, Laylas Kryn and others began to try to break the influence of her. This was done partially by joining the rebellion against her during one of the major battles, where Laylas led other drow directly against Loth. Laylas was killed in the battle, and this was the first instance of consecution, where one could be reborn by way of the Luxon Beacon. It was in this process that her soul was cleansed, and ultimately she was the first out of the grasp. It was with her cleansed soul that she was able to have others, and by the mere act of consecution, slowly they were able to break the ties. So it was the outright rebellion and betrayal of Loth in combination with the power of the Luxon. All right. Was there anything specific you wanted from that in addition?
I think that's pretty much it. Unless there's anything, I guess this wouldn't be written down or any knowledge of like how. No, I guess it probably wouldn't be answered this way. 'Cause I was trying to look for ways that like for connections between her and like why the sun is the way why the sun happened to be taken by Loth.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's fine. This is all good for me anyway. Thank you.
Okay. So I do the other research. So Nylumia.
27.
Okay. And then you were again going for what?
Looking for trying to figure out how to break contracts of devils.
Hmm. The surest way to break a contract is to kill the devil or entity in which you made it with. The other way would be to force them or get them to release you directly. Nothing else can be done to help someone so bounded.
Okay.
Okay. So hope you are legend loring Calestis.
Yes, sir.
Calestis was the daughter born to Laylas. She was first seen as the first new soul born from the light. Layla's Kryn received a vision telling her that a new soul, the first ever soul, was to be created from the Luxon. And this was to be born to Kwana and Laylas after undergoing a ritual. And they were able to see a Luxon while Kwana and Laylas scream and seem to simultaneously give birth to a being that then coalesces into one daughter in the room in which you met Laylas today. In this, you see in the beacon a web and a smiling face that you've seen before, for you've killed their avatar, Loth herself. Somehow Loth found a way at this Luxon that was newly discovered that gave the vision to Laylas to corrupt Kestrel, or Callistus. Thus the bright child was a child of Loth, incapable of transforming into a monstrous form.
Okay, this is the child of Lolth? Is that what you said? Or is it just that she just corrupted this child?
She corrupted.
Okay. Transforming into a monster.
Specifically that of a drow body and a spider bottom.
Oh, like a dried, like one of those driders that we. Ooh.
Laylas herself ordered the execution once she realized what she had given birth to. However, Kwana secreted Karstus away to a hidden location where a battle ensued, and Kwana and her both made a mortal wound to one another. Kwana, absolutely driven, carried Kaustus back to be within range of a beacon so that she could be reborn, as could Kwana. And then your vision of the story of these visions of mothers and daughters, suddenly you are surrounded and bound by web. You see tens of thousands of spiders crawl up, and quickly your eyes are covered. And all you hear is the crying of a baby and the sickly voice of Loth. Welcome back, little one. For legend lore stops. And Shiny, you had a scry?
Yeah, but I don't think I can scry on objects, so I'm going to have to scry on Zerial, and then he's going to cast Ascending to Sayuri.
Zerial. All right. Give me a sec here.
Unless scry does work on objects.
I guess locations or people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of have regular knowledge. So this is a straight thing. Okay, that is a 22 for the save against your scry.
Oh,
Your spell save DC.
it's 19.
Okay, so you send it out and you just feel a burning sensation in your eyes. You're unable to see anything. What's the message you want to send the sending?
So, hey, Sayuri, it's Shiny. Do you have the ability to pop into the dreams of anybody? I may need to ask you to do that for about 20,000, 30,000 people. Or maybe just a few select folks who can then spread the word. He'll burn 2 sendings, and they'll say, because the Fae in the Empire, Dwendalian Empire, are being round up, executed, and their souls extinguished. And I'm trying to get as many out as possible.
I can go into the dreams of people. I don't know if I could do that many. Maybe I could get some help from Bob Yuri. We're having the same problem here. The Fae are being hunted and their souls stolen by the League of Miracles.
League of Miracles. Who the hell?
Above table. Oh no.
He'll sit in one last standing over. Okay, once we have a more solid plan, maybe you can communicate to as many as possible where the extraction point will be.
I'll see what I can do, and I'll talk to Bob Yuri. Keep an eye out for the League.
Great. That's another problem we gotta look out for. A League of... But I already forgot what she said.
That I think we end, and my goodness, we will end there for tonight and come back as everyone's a little bit more idea of what all the different things could be. And of course, we welcome. Thanks so much, Fire, for joining us and coming on. And those of you watching, we will see you next week. See you then.